of things from happening, but one thing that it hasn't stopped is dudes' horniness.
Very true.
Yep. Plenty of guys still messaging me trying to hook up and hang out, and I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna die for a few minutes with your mediocre dick. No, thank you. But I'm like, I get it. I sympathize. I understand horniness. I grew up around one of the horniest people ever. My mom. Totally boy crazy. For reference, she was super into Twilight whenever that was popular. Oh, yeah. And people would ask her, like, oh, are you Team Edward or you Team Jacob? And she'd be like, I'd take them both. Now, I'm not really a fan of Twilight, but I do like horror and monster horror. I've been really into Krampus recently, the half demon, half goat. Now, they say that he comes once a year around Christmas time, but I disagree with that. I think he comes once a month because every time I get my period, I get cramps in my puss. I am in entertainment. I do this and I act as well. And I have a lot of other friends in this industry too. And some of my friends' parents are so discouraging about what they do. They're just like, you're not making it anywhere. You might as well just give up and come home. And I'm just like, whoa. Like, it makes me realize how lucky I am because my parents never say anything negative about my career choices. And that might be because both of my parents are dead, but I think it's because they're so supportive of what I do. Now, I'm pretty used to the whole dead parent thing at this point. It's been a little while. Now, sometimes it does make dinner party conversations kind of awkward, but it also saves a ton of money around the holidays. So I'm like, it really evens out, you know? And I've done research. There are plenty of inspiring people that have had dead parents, you know, like Harry Potter, Cinderella, Annie, which, come to think of it, you can just call me Little Orphan Angie. I mean, I love show tunes, and I could totally get used to a bald tap dancing guy who pays for everything. I also don't have kids, which is super rare for someone from where I'm from. I'm from very small town Kentucky, and I definitely don't share the same sentiments about kids that people do back there. I was hanging out with one of my old friends from high school, and she has children, and she's like, oh, having children will bring you more happiness than anything in the world. And I was like, oh, wow, the thought of having a child makes me want to kill myself. Didn't go over well. We haven't hung out since. But looking back, I do feel guilty, you know, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could go back to that moment and tell her, like, oh, no, like, please don't be upset. There are plenty of other things that made me want to kill myself besides the thought of having a child. I love the movie Titanic. It's my favorite, but I realize that I have taken that line, I'll never let go, way too seriously because I have hung on to some super toxic relationships and friendships in my day. Yep, for example, I dated a criminal for 4.5 years. What can you say? I love bad boys. But I recently got diagnosed with OCD, and it's just like, phew, wow. Like, what a relief, because now I no longer have to take responsibility for those bad, repetitive decisions. I'm like, that's not me. That's my mental illness. I also have insomnia, which means that I just have trouble sleeping and falling asleep and staying asleep. So I'm tired all the time, and I just kind of sleep when I can. So a lot of times that means I'm in bed during the day. And let me tell you, people are noisy as hell and super inconsiderate during daylight hours. I am woken up by stuff all the time. But the thing that I am woken up by the most is my neighbors taking their dogs out to go to the bathroom and then just being like, good girl, after the dogs take and it infuriates me because I have no one to stand next to me and tell me, good girl, when I take a poop. From my piece of that. All right, thank you guys so much. Thank you very much.